Now, I know you're not going to say mean things about your book, but how you feel about going to work today?
Hey, I'm from Buffalo. I'm used to this.
No, oh, so you're from Buffalo. That's what I'm hearing from people in Buffalo. That ain't nothing compared to what happened there this year.
It's like spring break.
Blizzard or bust? This storm still leaving its mark in Boston, and it is no spring break. This highly anticipated winter storm brushing by New York City, but beating up Boston and much of the New England coast. Hello, I'm Michelle Franzen in New York. Overnight, that winter blast and blizzard shifted east, sparing New York City from several feet of snow. Today, the city that never sleeps, waking back up after travel bans and transit shutdowns. ABC's Lana Zach has more.
Millions are still affected by the storm that raged through New England. Look at this photo from space and you can understand the magnitude of this storm. Almost half of Nantucket is without power. Areas of Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Long Island in New York blanketed by 20 inches or more. The storm also brought out some unusual images. Outside of Boston, a Yeti was on the prowl. And our Rob Marciano met one business traveler who forgot to pack his coat.
Going to the office.
You got to be kidding me.
While here in America's busiest city, everything ground to a stop. Streets, bridges, even the New York City subway system all closed. I caught one of the last trains last night.
As you can see, usually it's teeming with people. Tonight is almost empty.
Governor Cuomo is not backing down from his decision to shut down so much of the state.
You act on the information that you have at the time. Because the roads were empty, we could actually plow the roads.
Connecticut's Governor Malloy glad for the protective action.
We only had 11 accidents on our highway system and only one minor injury. That's spectacular.
There is, though, one person who's apologizing today, a meteorologist who took to Twitter saying, "You expected us to get it right. We didn't. I'm sorry." In New York, Lana Zach, ABC News.
Thanks, Lana. Now to a New England sea town taking a beating from this storm. These pictures just in from Marshfield, Massachusetts. The town nearly destroyed with downed power lines and flooding, becoming a real concern now. Latest numbers have more than 20,000 without power in that coastal area. As of this morning, residents have been evacuated as a precaution. ABC's David Wright has more.
I'm David Wright in Marshfield, Massachusetts. This morning at high tide, an 80-foot section of the seawall just crumbled here, and you can see how Ocean Street now is a river. Some of the power lines are down as well, other ones swaying precariously. We can't stay out here very long. But now, as the winds kick up again, they're bracing for this evening's high tide and worried that more flooding and more damage could follow. David Wright, ABC News, Marshfield, Massachusetts.
Thanks, David. Travel and transit chaos. This latest storm battering major transportation hubs in the Northeast. Now, the storm's impact felt nationwide. ABC's Karen Travers has more on what to expect in the days ahead.
This massive storm is moving out, but its impact could be felt all week.
We do expect there to be cancellations and delays over the next 2 to 3 days, if not even longer.
This is a live flight map, usually showing heavy air traffic, but now empty skies over much of the Northeast. And the travel woes extend all the way to the West Coast, leaving passengers frustrated.
We had a 3 o'clock flight out of here, and now we're finding out that all the flights are canceled, and we're not going home for another 2 days.
And stranded.
I'm trying to go to New York. I've been flying 12 hours.
Thousands of flights canceled, nearly 500,000 passengers affected.
Call your carriers if you're planning on leaving tomorrow when the roads have been reopened, whenever that time is.
The snow totals may not have been as high as expected in parts of New Jersey and New York, but it was also the high winds that led airlines to cancel most flights in and out of the Northeast. With a travel ban in place in New York City, these stranded passengers couldn't leave the airport. At Philadelphia International, cuts for travelers who got stuck, and some lucky folks were able to get hotel rooms.
If this pushes beyond me getting on a flight by Thursday morning, I'll not be a happy camper then.
The impacted airports are expected to reopen tomorrow, and things should start getting back to normal, but experts are warning travelers to be patient. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
For more now on the track of the severe winter storm, let's bring in AccuWeather's Larissa Abreu. Larissa.
Hey there. Well, we are still tracking our winter storm. Right now, it is just east of New England. And as you can see right here in the radar, well, it's coming down pretty hard. We do have moderate snow. But before it is all said and done, well, we're going to see an additional 12 to 24 inches across New England. That's where the biggest hit has been thus far. New York City, well, the reason why that storm missed New York, well, it's slightly shifted east. And as you can see, well, New York did pick up substantial amounts, but they only picked up 3 to 6. So overall, it was very unsettled, and the unsettled conditions will continue through the evening hours, especially across New England. Places like Bangor, get ready for another 12 to 24 inches, as I mentioned. So overall, very unsettled, especially across New England. And now, as far as the track of the storm, as we head into Tuesday in the evening, that storm will be slightly further north and east, and by Wednesday afternoon, it will be impacting Canada. But the good news is it will be away from the region, away from the northeast. So the best day to definitely do some cleanup will be on Wednesday. High pressure moves in, the sun comes back out. So we are looking at way better conditions as we head into tomorrow.
Larissa, we know that New England's getting hit hard, but many people here in New York saying that they're glad that that storm shifted east. Any big reason for that, or just Mother Nature?
It was just Mother Nature. It just did a slightly east turn and it missed New York. It wasn't as compacted as we originally thought it would be. So that's definitely good news for the Big Apple.
All right, Larissa Abreu, thank you very much for that update. And of course, you can keep up with this story in real time by downloading the ABC News app and starring this story for exclusive updates on the go. I'm Michelle Franzen in New York.